Hi, my name is Justin Andel. I'm the West Region Account Manager at Western Computer. Today we're going to show you cash flow forecasting in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. It's a pleasure to introduce Telka Clem. Telka, how are you?
I am excellent. Thank you, Justin. Let us move over to NAV. What we're going to be covering today in this video is we're going to share with you one of the advanced finance features in NAV. NAV has given us a very nice way to do cash flow in the new cash flow module, and you can get to that through the departments menu, finance management, and cash flow. I happen to have a shortcut to it on my navigation pane, so I'm going to use that. We start off with setup, and within the cash flow module, we set up a chart of cash flow accounts. This is going to be very similar to your chart of accounts for finance. It's going to have the very same kind of look and feel. If I open a cash flow account card, you're going to see that I have a number, I have a name, I have an account type, which follows the chart of accounts. It's an entry, a heading total, beginning, ending total. I can also do, I have a source type, and this is where our cash flow is going to start engaging. I'm going to define the type of cash flow or the source that I want this account number to come from, whether it's receivables or payables or liquid funds. So NAV is not only going to use the chart of account transactions, but also the sub-ledger account transactions to start populating our cash flow. Our GL integration can be a balance from the general ledger, it can be a budget, or it can be both. So I can set this account up to use both transactions or budgets that I've loaded. And then my GL account filter drills into my chart of account to allow me to filter on my source type. So if I had two different receivables, maybe I've got one for domestic and one for foreign, and I actually wanted to reflect them differently on my cash flow statement, I could set up a GL account filter so that I'm only getting domestic into my domestic receivable and foreign into my foreign receivable. After I have the chart of cash flow accounts set up, I'm going to want to move to both my manual revenues and my manual expenses. What these are going to reflect are those revenues that you possibly have in a recurring journal that you post every month, but during the month itself, those transactions would not be posted yet. So I can set them up as manual revenues so that the cash flow statement will see them. And the same with expenses. So these would be expenses that I would be posting each month. Once I have these set up, I can go and define a cash flow forecast. This is a card, so I'm going to open it up. It has a number, it has a description. Nicely, it has a description too. We also have some flags that if we want to consider discounts, payment tolerances. I'm going to show you this chart of accounts in a Roll Center, or this chart in Roll Center here in just a sec. I also can set my GL budget from and to date and my manual payment from and to date. Don't forget that those are the manual revenue and expenses that I set up prior to doing this forecast. Once I have a forecast set up, I'm going to go to my cash flow worksheet and suggest the worksheet lines. I have the opportunity to work these. They are invoices, credit memos, vendor invoices, cash flow, expenses, manual, service revenue, whatever I have set up that would be part of my cash flow. Once I suggest them and the lines look the way I want, I'm going to register them. You'll notice the journal unpopulates, and if I go back over to my chart of cash flow accounts, you're going to see now that I actually have dollar amounts in my cash flow. Just like the chart of accounts, I can use this to start looking at the transactions that are making these amounts up. Or for those of you that are very familiar with the account schedules, if the account schedules themselves have been designed to now take advantage of the chart of cash flow accounts. So I can include the transactions and or the budget cash flow account into my account schedule. So I promised you that once we looked at this, I was going to show you back on the Roll Center how I can set this up where it's actually a dashboard that I'm looking at every day. That's what you're looking at. I have populated my January of 2018. There are only a few transactions in December 2017 still remaining, but here's all of my cash flow. And as I point at it, it gives me the information, whether it's payables, receivables, so forth and so on. Super handy for finance types, and I would encourage you to start playing with it, and if you need some help, contact Western Support. Justin, that is our cash flow.
Excellent. Thank you, Telka. That concludes today's video. And for our audience, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all the latest video releases. Thank you for watching.